Hey folks, I'm Caleb, and on today's episode of the Gun Buff channel, we are going to take a look at the CMMG Banshee Mark 200, which is kind of the middle of the road line, so it's not the most expensive and it's not the cheapest. We'll talk about what that means. It's also in 45 ACP because that's my preferred defense caliber in handguns. And this is also even though I will refer to this as a pistol caliber carbine, this is really a pistol. It has a brace. It does not have a stock. No, CMMG did not send this to me. I bought this with my own money. I think CMMG makes fantastic products. Finally, my distributor had this in stock in the 8-inch barrel, and we'll talk about why that's important in a little bit too. So I wanted to bring it in so we could talk about it. But real quick, before I bring the camera around and you look over my shoulder and we talk about what I see, let's talk about why you'd buy a PCC or a pistol AR in a pistol caliber. Well, number one is cost. It is typically cheaper to shoot pistol ammunition than it is rifle. The second one would be ammunition type. There is a dizzying array of ammunition out there that you can get to put through, and it doesn't really matter the caliber. I mean, whether you're talking 9, 40, 45, any of the major self-defense calibers, you will find just a ton of manufacturers and a ton of bullet types. And so lastly, you might really have just a bug to go shoot a pistol caliber carbine shoot, or in this case an AR pistol that is chambered in a pistol caliber competition. So that's a mouthful, but basically they're a lot of fun. I did my first one not too long ago, and I got tired of borrowing someone's rifle, so I decided that I would go get my own, and so this is it. So let's bring the camera around and you can take a look with me. All right guys, let's take a look at this awesome little 45 pistol. All right, just a standard cardboard box. It's in a heavy mill rust-proof bag. What is this, a Zerust bag? Looks like it's held down by rubber band. It's a nice bag. You probably want to keep that for later. Set that off to the side for a minute. All right, so here she is. So obviously this is a pistol. This is a pistol brace, and we'll talk about why this is important here in a minute, but we'll go ahead and give you an overview of the weapon. So it has a proprietary brake on it as well. So it is very nicely made. You can tell that it is well made, the anodizing good. It feels nice. It's not too heavy, it's not too light. Has their proprietary mag release. Man oh man, it's nicely done. So here's a closer look at this muzzle brake so that you can see what you're dealing with. It's a 2-chamber, obviously. It also has these top 2 small ports right here. We'll have to take it out and we'll have to see how effective it is. From everything I've read, it is very effective, but it can be loud in confined spaces. So some guys do swap this out with an A2. It's just standard AR thread pitch, so you're good to go. It has the flats milled in, so you can just take it right off. This is a nicely done M-lock handguard with pick on top. It is an 8-inch barrel, and I did that because I'm just not a fan of shooting my hand, right? So the other Banshees only have a 5-inch barrel, right, which puts it down into here someplace, and I keep getting, I don't know, it's a mental thing. I just can't, I want to grab as much of the gun as I can, and I'm just afraid that there might be some type of accident. I know you can put stops on there, and I know that even the Banshee, the 5-inch, has that stop built in. It's just not enough for me, so I went with the bigger barrel. Plus you get, you burn up all that powder and you get more velocity, and it doesn't add any weight. And as you can see, this whole thing is incredibly small as it is, so 3 extra inches is really not going to really affect this at all. Moving back, like I said, it has their proprietary mag release. It does have a dust cover, which, believe it or not, a lot of 45 ACP carbines just don't have a dust cover, which I think is stupid. If you're going to run the AR platform, run it the way it was intended. Keep that junk out of the chamber and out of the action, and cover the bolt. It just seems to be common sense, but not everybody has common sense, do they? You got a Magpul grip on here with the compartment right there. It has obviously a milled in trigger guard, but you can see that with gloved hands, that's no problem. There's plenty of room in there, so that's not an issue. It is a single-sided safety, and it is a traditional ping pong on the other side. Obviously, you got full pick rail. It's a standard issue charging handle, forward assist if you need it. It does have a mounting point here on the plate, two in fact, one on either side. Unlike the traditional where you have to pull the lever and then find where you want it to be, you just pull it and it goes out. So it is very nice, very collapsible, obviously. Now to close it, you just do it traditional. But there she is. It does have the CMMG logo embossed in the back. It obviously is set up for Glock mags, and it is flared and beveled. Not that you really need that with double stack mags. They kind of come to a point anyway, but it's nice. It's very nice, actually. Everything here is nicely made. Now, the difference between this and the other models, well, is significant. So, obviously, this is a middle of the road. This is a 200 series, so you get the ripstop brace. You get an upgraded grip over the A2. You get, let's see, and that's it. So if I had gone to the 300 series, I would have got a ambi charging handle. I would have gotten ambi safeties, as well as the upgraded grip and the ripstop brace. But those are things that I can change myself, right? This changing a safety is no big deal. Changing a charging handle is certainly no big deal. But I am pretty excited about this. I cannot wait to get it out to the range and do some shooting with it. I've really wanted an AR-45 for quite some time. So what else is in the box? Well, there's an awesome little sticker right here. Well, not sticker, but a little part of the box that says made in the USA. That's always awesome. Let's see, what's in here? Oh look, our ever useless, nobody ever fucking uses them gun lock. Okay, here is the SGM Tactical mag. So I had read and seen several YouTube videos that said that SGM Tactical here had gotten a contract to supply OEM mags for their pistol caliber pistols and carbines, and I guess that's true. Seems well made. It's nice and beefy. There's no flex there. It is still lined, as you can see right there, and you can also see through the witness holes. It's 26 round G21 style magazine. You can also see right here for the mag release cutouts that it has steel lining. Alright, you get one of those. What else? An instruction manual. It's not real detailed. It's 2 pages folded over. So there you go. And then what else? You get a little thing of Slip 2000 right there. Oops. Focus, focus. So you get a little bit of grease, extreme weapon lubricant. So there you have it. That's all that's in the box. You don't even get a sticker, but that's okay. What I think is the most important thing about this is CMMG has a reputation of reliability, and pistol caliber carbines and pistol caliber pistols in ARs sometimes can have issues, right? Whether it's the last bolt hold open not working all the time, or They don't feed all types of ammo correctly, or sometimes they don't like certain magazines. So CMMG has a reputation of not having those issues. Yes, you can build an AR-45 for cheaper, but it won't have certain things, like it most likely won't have a dust cover. It won't have a working, reliable last round hold open, which is a big deal to me. I like last round hold open. I like to be able to roll the gun over and see what's going on, instead of just going, oh, click, I'm out of ammo. I don't like to do that AK style, right? I like to know what the gun is doing. And while we're talking about it, let's go ahead and break her open, and you can see that last round hold open. So there she is, right there, right? And so if we put the mag in, you can see that pop up. Let me do that one more time. So there it is, right there. It's that nice long transfer bar right here. So that literally runs the whole length of the mag, and then helps raise that last round hold open. So one more time. So there it is, right? So that is probably the best in the business as far as last round hold open. I know that Aero Precision is coming out with something later on this year, but I didn't want to wait. The rest of this looks like a pretty standard AR pistol or rifle. You can see again that there's a difference right there, and obviously the magwell is different because it's designed for Glocks, and it has a proprietary release. But the trigger group is the same. Obviously, the pistol grip is the same. And the buffer system, which, let me flip it around so you can see that, is pretty much the same. I want to show you the bolt, too. The charging handle, by the way, we'll take a look at it as well. It is a standard AR. It even has the hole, obviously. But this is not a gas gun, right? This is a delayed blowback gun. So you'll see that keyway, which normally has a hole in it, right, for the gas tube, it's not there. It's solid. So this is not a standard bolt carrier group as we know it. And that's one of the reasons why I went with CMMG, because it is so reliable. This system, this radial delayed blowback is, and you can see that it's spring loaded, right? Watch. So that right there makes it super reliable. Other direct impingement ARs in pistol calibers, they have issues sometimes, and they don't really, they don't always function. And again, that's why I went with CMMG, because they have the reputation of always working. You can see the staking right there. Looks pretty decent. It's probably a little shallow for my taste, but let's see if I can get it to focus even more. But it is there, and it does look like it will manually lock those down. There is no wiggle. There is, you know, just a nicely made, milled machined piece of metal. It does have the logo right there. CMMG logo. Pretty nice. I have to tell you, I'm very impressed with the build quality. You know, sometimes you pick up ARs and you're like, nah. But this time, I think this is pretty nice. Pretty nice indeed. So we'll drop that back down in there. Huh. Oh, that's interesting. So because it's a radial blowback, watch. See how it wants to catch right there? So you do have to depress that to get it in. You know, unlike a traditional AR-15, you just lock it in and then you can close it down. But that you got to give it a little push. But yeah, the everything, all the controls function as they should, right? Everything functions just like you're used to. The difference is that this is a very reliable platform, and of course it has this cool ripstop brace. So, what do I think about this really cool, kick-ass AR-45, if you will? Oh, I gotta tell you, I'm in love. Now, I have been wanting a 45 caliber PCC style weapon for a long time. This pistol was very, very nice. And this ripstop brace is just, you know, it's awesome. You can just pull it out of your storage bag or your backpack or your car, your truck. This would make a wicked truck gun. This is sweet. I like it a lot. I just love this. You're ready to go, right? I put some Gun Tech USA all metal sights on there. It looks good. It feels good. I need to get some type of hand stop and or maybe you know, an angled grip of some kind up front here. Shouldn't be a problem, right? It's M-LOK. You can find all kinds of cool things. But man, I just am in love with this guy. The weight is good. The look how nice that looks. Look at those lines. I love the lines of this mag. I just love it. Really good choice for Glock 21 mags. Now, honestly, I wish there was a version that took 1911 mags because I shoot so many 1911s and I have so many mags. But man, I love this guy. Now I'm gonna have to go back out and buy me another G21 just so I can have mag interchangeability, right? So just super nice, super well done. You know, you can get these in all types of calibers, you can get these in all types of colors, and you can get them in 5-inch or you can get them in the 8-inch barrel. Again, I like the 8-inch because the chance of me accidentally flagging my own hand is pretty high. I mean, just me extending my arm, not even reaching, I'm, you know, 4 inches past that muzzle. So I like the ability to have something to grab that isn't grabbing the muzzle, right? Because if you think about it, that's probably past where the actual Banshee, the 5-inch barrel, right around there. So that gun forces you to grab the mag well. But this is, I think this gives you more options about where you place your hand. I also think it looks a little bit nicer. And I also don't think that the extra 3 or 4 inches with the muzzle device really matters. But gosh, yeah, just really, really dig it. You know, and if I didn't mention it before, you know, the ripstop brace or the SB Tactical, what is that? That's the SB Tactical SBA3 brace has the QD points, so you can put it on either side. Plus you have your end plate here has 2 mounting points. Maybe if you're going to run like an HK style hook right here, and then you just need to get something up front. You know, if it had a QD attachment milled in, maybe that would make it a little bit better. That'd take it up to the next level. But gosh, really dig it. Now, one thing I did find is inside the mag well, it came with a little dope baggie with what looks to be, it's a cap head screw, and that looks to be the gas key, one of the 2 gas keys. That's the only thing I can think on here. There's nothing else really proprietary on here that would be used for. So if anybody knows exactly what this is, because it's not stated really in the manual, so I don't really know what that is. Always happy to have parts. Obviously I build and have a whole room in my house devoted to that, and I love it, but I don't know what this is for. But either way, gosh, look at that. Looky. Yeah. Yeah, baby. I am in love. Get a red dot and a sling and a white light. She's ready to rock and roll. Kids are going to love it too. My 2 boys, they are not horribly recoil sensitive, but they don't like to get pounded on like anybody else. So this is going to fit the bill. And even the missus, I think this could become something she really likes. So 45s are kind of, you know, iffy for her. The recoil and the muzzle flash and all that, just the concussion, I think, gets to her after a while. This, I doubt, will have that very much. It's so heavy compared to a traditional pistol that I would imagine that this would eliminate that altogether. So you throw big old bowling balls downrange, hit the bad guys, plenty of capacity. Only thing that really I need to figure out is, are these mags good enough, or do I got to get G21 Austrian marked actual OEM Glock mags? But other than that, it has all the features that I wanted. It has all of the ability to collapse down for a truck gun or for a backpack gun, cabin gun, boat gun, you pick it. It is certainly, in my opinion, well worth the money. And the reliability that CMMG provides, that's really, really the ticket. That's what justifies the cost of this. You can certainly build one for cheaper. You'll have to shop around for parts and you'll have to mix and match, and you may or may not get the features that I certainly rely on, like the dust cover and the last round hold open. So this is definitely something I would check out. Doesn't really matter, in my opinion, whether you buy the Mark 1, the Mark 2, or the Mark 3. You just decide what you want as far as the accessories that are on here, and then you go from there, right? So all of this, you know, this is the Lego of the gun world, right? AR style pistols and rifles can be configured however you want it. So I say buy what you can afford and then upgrade it as you get a chance, right? Like, I have no doubt that I'm going to put a sling, a red dot, and a white light on here, right? I may change it to an ambi safety. I may change out the charging handle, but I can do that later. I may put some type of angled grip on here, but again, I can do that later, right? Don't have to do it now. I can do it as funds become available. I can trade away for it. I can, you know, take it off other weapons. That's the beauty of the AR platform, right? I just love it. So, as always, if you like these type of videos, please do me a huge favor. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you haven't. Hit the little bell icon. And as always, be safe and be good.